The dust rose, an orange veil in the still air. The smell of fear, sour and sharp, hung over the Israelite camp. The shadow of war, cold and relentless, stretched over the hearts of men. The Philistines, cruel and imposing, were ready to attack. The people of Israel, terrified, clung to any shred of hope. Do you want to understand the Bible clearly and deeply? Here on the channel, each video is an opportunity to grow in faith. Learn valuable lessons and discover the secrets of the scriptures. So don't waste time. Subscribe now and ring the bell to receive powerful insights that will transform your life. Let's dive into God's Word together. The Philistines, with their gleaming armor and deadly weapons, seemed invincible. Learn, be inspired, and deepen your knowledge of the Bible. Subscribe now and ring the bell so you don't miss any powerful teachings. They had brute strength, the numerical advantage. Israel, in contrast, was unarmed, disorganized, desperate. King Saul, paralyzed by fear, offered little leadership. The situation seemed impossible. Hope, a thin thread about to break. If you love learning about the Bible, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and ring the bell to receive enriching content every week. In the midst of despair, a ray of light. In times of darkness and uncertainty, when all seemed lost, a spark of hope emerged. A young man named Jonathan, Saul's own son, refused to give in to fear. He was a courageous warrior, determined to fight for his people and his faith. He believed in the God of Israel, the God of the impossible. In his prayers, Jonathan sought strength and guidance, trusting that the Lord was with him every step of the way. "Come," Jonathan said to his armor-bearer, "let's go over to the outpost of these Philistines." With courage and faith, he devised a daring plan, believing they could make a difference. Perhaps the Lord will act on our behalf. Jonathan knew that victory did not depend solely on his strength, but on God's will. He looked up to the sky, seeking a sign, a confirmation that they were on the right path. With the Lord, nothing is impossible. With this certainty, Jonathan and his armor-bearer prepared to face the enemy, trusting that God's power would guide them. With these words, a daring plan began to take shape. Jonathan's determination and unwavering faith inspired those around him, showing that with courage and trust in God, any obstacle can be overcome. Imagine the scene: Jonathan and his armor-bearer, armed only with faith and courage, climbing a steep ravine. The rocks, slippery and treacherous, seemed impossible to climb, but they persisted step by step, clinging to God's promise. Above them, the Philistines mocked, confident in their impregnable position. Little did they know what awaited them. Want to grow in faith and understand the Bible like never before? Then subscribe now and ring the bell to receive content that will transform your life. Unimaginable victory. Reaching the top, Jonathan and his armor-bearer attacked with divine fury. God, honoring Jonathan's unwavering faith, spread panic among the Philistines. The earth trembled, chaos ensued. The enemy, once arrogant, now turned on each other. The victory, improbable, miraculous, belonged to Jonathan and the God he served. Lessons of courage. Jonathan's story echoes through time, a beacon of hope for all of us. Jonathan, a fearless warrior, faced unimaginable challenges on his journey. He wasn't just a soldier, but a leader who inspired his companions with his bravery and determination. In every battle, he showed that true strength comes from within, from the heart and soul. It teaches us that faith is not the absence of fear, but the choice to trust in God, even when fear paralyzes us. Jonathan knew that faith was his greatest weapon, an invisible force that guided him through the darkness. In moments of despair, he turned to prayer, finding comfort and strength in the sacred words. His faith was a shield, protecting him from the doubts and uncertainties that threatened his mission. Courage is not the absence of doubt, but the decision to act, even when doubt whispers in our ears. Jonathan shows us that true courage is facing our fears head-on, without hesitation. He teaches us that even when all seems lost, we must keep fighting, believing that victory is within our reach. His story is a powerful reminder that with faith and courage, we can overcome any obstacle. Everyday giants. Each of us faces our own giants: sickness, loss, fear, uncertainty. In these moments, we can draw inspiration from Jonathan's story. We can choose faith over fear, courage over doubt. We can remember that with God, nothing is impossible. Here you will find answers, teachings, and biblical revelations. Subscribe and ring the bell to receive content that will build up your life. With God you can. This section is a powerful reminder that with faith and trust in God, you can overcome any obstacle that life throws your way. What is your giant today? We all face challenges that seem insurmountable, whether they are personal problems, financial difficulties, or health issues. These giants can make us feel small and powerless. What seems impossible in your life? Maybe it's a difficult decision you need to make, or an uncertain path you must follow. Remember Jonathan, an example of courage and faith. Remember his unwavering faith, his unshakable courage. Jonathan faced immense challenges with an unbreakable trust in God. He knew he was not alone, and that divine strength was by his side. And know that the same God who fought for Jonathan is fighting for you. In moments of doubt and fear, turn to prayer and faith. God is always present, ready to offer his strength and guidance. With God by your side, you too can climb your ravines, face your giants, and achieve victory. Believe in the power of faith and the strength that comes from knowing you are never alone. God is with you always. Share your story. Do you have a story of faith and courage to share, a time when God gave you victory against all odds? Share your story, encourage others. Let the world know that with God all things are possible.